See more of that, I think, as we go throughout to Benson Hedges World Cup, and particularly in our update programs. And just a matter of interest before we go off to the WACA in Perth, so remember that was the ground where, in fact, South Africa made their entry onto Australian soil a couple of weeks ago when they played against the Western Australian side and did so well there. Because the game is being played tomorrow. Maybe we should have a look at those before we go off. The game is being played tomorrow. First of all, coming from New Plymouth. And there's the game between Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe. Important match, I suppose, really for both sides, because Sri Lanka really do quite fancy their chances to get into the semi-finals. And one looks at the way they've been playing of late, you never know, they might well become a dark horse. But Zimbabwe, of course, have got a major uphill struggle there, no doubt about that. And, of course, already South Africa have beaten them on their own soil. But the Sri Lankan side are looking pretty confident at the moment. But a really important match tomorrow, undoubtedly coming from Melbourne, is this one. The West Indies against Pakistan. And that really is a crackerjack affair, no doubt about that at all. The West Indies with a newly constructed side, and Pakistan without their fast bowler, but my word, still don't write them off. They're a very useful side, even though South Africa did punish them a little bit in that match. They had a major collapse, of course, at the end. The tail just didn't wag at all for Pakistan, and South Africa beat them quite convincingly at the end last Saturday. But the West Indies, well, that's another side altogether. You just can't write them off in one-day cricket. They look as though they're all dead and buried at one stage. The next thing you know, they get the fast bowlers back into action again, and a few good catches or particular dismissals that do make life rather interesting for the batting side, and they can come right back up on top again. So the West Indies versus Pakistan, that comes in from Melbourne, and also Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe from New Plymouth. So those are the two matches tomorrow for you. And that looks to be at around about 25 past 10, by the way, a little later tomorrow night. Remember, we, in fact, will be following the film, our 8:30 film on a Sunday night. That's a regular movie slot for you right here on Mnet. And we'll be following that at about 25 minutes past 10 with your Benson Hedges World Cup cricket update for you. That's tomorrow night, as I say, at 25 minutes past 10. Well, of course, the big game this afternoon to be played at Perth at the WACA ground was the England versus India encounter. I suppose going into this, one looked at it and said, well, India have certainly done the damage over South Africa. Remember that short tour we had there? Although perhaps in that third game where South Africa came back to beat India, it was certainly one of those encounters where, at the end of the day, maybe a little bit of a shift of balance of power happened in that little short encounter between ourselves and India. But England have had a great season, they really have. They've been on tour to New Zealand, they've beaten them quite convincingly, and I suppose really go into this particular encounter as second favourites in the Benson Hedges World Cricket Cup. One looked at the selection. There was, of course, injury-prone Alan Lamb. He had a major problem, in fact pulled a muscle and then did a thigh injury, and so he's really not too well at all. Then there was the story of whether or not Ian Botham should come back into the England side, because he was a man, of course, that had been out doing pantomime, of all things, in England over the Christmas period before going off to New Zealand to join them. But since being there, he's been very controversial. He's got wickets, he's got runs, he's got after the New Zealand bowlers, in fact, took them apart. But the other controversial issue, of course, was when he came out and said he'd find nothing better than playing in Australia against 100,000 convicts at the Sydney Cricket Ground. He thought that would be rather nice. And that's typical of Botham. He stirs them all up. And, of course, he goes into this particular match as very much a case of being the man that they'll all be, I suppose, booing and jeering. No doubt about that. So the game then is at the WACA in Perth. The game is England versus India. We've already had one upset. New Zealand beat Australia. What's going to be the outcome of this one?
And at the WACA ground, England winning the toss and batting first, none for 7. There to Gooch. Not a convincing shot, but haven't got room in the scorecard to write down how you got them. No second slip. Amre is at third man. That's one area of the Indian game that really improved during the summer, their fielding. And that's what Botham's here for, from England's point of view, to get things moving in the first 15 overs.
think it's quite clear from that shot that Ian Boultham's had enough of poking around and trying to find the swinging ball. He's decided that he'll go and meet it down the pitch.
Shout, but it came off the trousers.
Yes, Ian Boultham looking to give himself a little bit of room here to swing the bat, but Capildare very cleverly follows him, ducking that ball into him and cuts him in half.
He's bowled 4 overs for 16 so far. That could be out. That is out. A beautiful outswinger from Capildare, but Ian Boultham's on his way.
I think that was due to a little bit of frustration. Ian Boultham trying to give himself a bit of room to hit the ball. A little bit of bounce there again in the Perth wicket, trying to give himself room to hit it too close to him. And a nice easy catch there for Kieran Morey. And England lose their first wicket.
Robin Smith on strike, and that's where he likes them, short and just outside off stump. Just punch that through the covers, and they should pick up 3.
Now, Robin hits the ball pretty hard, doesn't he, Bruce? And I think he's hit that one pretty well, but he was still about 20 yards short of the boundary. It's a great shot there from Graham Gooch. Just a little too short on this very good Perth wicket. And Gooch is in behind it and has got rid of those shackles and hit a glorious shot just behind square. Pulled it away. And I'm sure he'll be a little bit relieved. There he goes, pulling it away. Lots of power.
That's what he likes. Will be definitely 2, should be 3. This is a better over for England.
At third man, not the fastest of fielders. He's beaten that offside field. Very, very quick outfield here at the WACA ground. You cannot afford to be short here in Perth, as Banerjee is finding out.
Banerjee's lack of cricket here, standing him in poor stead. The Sri Lankan umpire signals 4. But this is a dangerous period for the Indians. So much good work done by their first 3 bowlers, and Robin Smith looking to pounce on anything short. Banerjee offers him something, and 4 through mid-wicket.
Well, that's a cracking off drive. Had plenty of those in New Zealand. We haven't seen many today, but it's probably the best shot so far in the England innings.
Robin Smith now starting to cut loose. A crucial stage now of the England innings. That's beautifully struck through the offside. It's a time now England need to accelerate. And Robin Smith, with that sort of power, is just the man to lead the onslaught.
Cracking boundary. Give Robin Smith room. We're in danger of getting clattered through the offside all day long. Graham Gooch is limping a bit here. Don't know what he's done, but doesn't look too fit there, limping up and down. Looks like his knee. His massive hit is that. Short of a length ball that stood up, turned. Robin Smith waited for it and smashed it straight into the outfield.
Well, if Robin Smith misjudged the pace of the early delivery in the over, this one he has timed horribly. It's gone many a mile. It's cleared the man at deep mid-wicket. It's bounced on the concrete in between those sadly largely untenanted seats. And that is a huge six.
Yes, that's a big boundary out there. You could see the man in the outfield feeling a good 15 yards in, but that cleared him. Well, it's the power of the shot from Robin Smith there and those big boundaries. Great attempt by the fielder, but such a powerful lad. When he hits it, the ball keeps on going at one heck of a pace. He's waited for this. He's fallen down, but the ball's whistling away to the boundary. Great effort, but you can't stop it. Well, that's a very fine 50 by Robin Smith as he waves to his colleagues in the dressing room. Played some glorious shots as his innings has gone on.
That could be out. It is out. Sachin Tendulkar there at the cover area. Graham Gooch decided to just go inside out, I think, over cover. Wasn't quite to the pitch. And he's gone for a well-made 51.
19 overs left after this, and England with a very... Well, that's a very fine shot indeed to open your account there. A tremendous drive over mid-off. One bounce four. And Graham Hick opens his account.
A glorious stroke, like he was to... It looked like he was going to drive it along the ground and then just decide to pick it up with the bottom hand and hit it for four. That could be out. That is out. Caught behind.
Well, when things aren't going for you, they just don't go for you, do you? We've seen a world-class shot from Graham Hick to open his account. And there we are. First delivery plays out and misses. And the second one, he nicks. When it's not going for you, it's not going for you. There he goes, just a faint outside edge, straight forward, and just what India needed, because he certainly is capable of playing some very, very fine knocks.
It's been a good comeback by Banerjee. Gee, that's...
I mean, that's absolutely fearsome, isn't it? That's an absolutely... I mean, that's gone 100 metres again, and he's smashed it away for six, and that is the longest part. I mean, that's an amazing shot. Absolutely amazing shot.
That's well hit. Base of the fence.
Well, English viewers will have seen Neil Fairbrother. Neil Harvey Fairbrother will have seen him in full flow in England over the years for Lancashire. His international opportunities have been limited. He had a very good score against West Indies at Lord's earlier last year.
Chance here for Srikanth. And well taken. Good catch.
Never easy, those balls coming over your shoulder. Nice clear blue sky here today at the Wacker. And Neil Fairbrother, who'd just been starting there to open his shoulders, to take the attack to the Indian bowlers. A slight miscue, it's come off the leading edge. It's gone straight up in the air there. It's Srikanth, who's had to go back 10 metres or so, keep a beady eye on the ball. Did well, kept his hands high there, perfect catching position. Was quite relieved to see it stick, I think.
He's caught that one. Azharuddin, that is a brilliant catch. And unfortunately, Robin Smith is not going to be the third century maker of the day. Beautifully caught off one that was hit right from the middle of the bat.
Well, we're talking only a couple of minutes back about Azharuddin fielding in that key position just behind Square on the offside. He dropped a hard chance from Neil Fairbrother. This time Robin Smith has hit it straight at him. He's taken this one very, very cleanly, straight into the hands, very cool, very calm, very confident. And it brings Robin Smith's fabulous innings to an end. England 5 for 198.
Well, that's nicely placed. And there you get an example of how quick that outfield is. Might as well wait for someone to throw him back to you down there.
Well, is it that very high, and Banerjee's under it, and that's a fine catch. I think that was Keppel's slower ball, and Chris Lewis went for the big hit down the ground. Banerjee took a very fine catch there down long off, and the Indian supporters love it. And Derek Pringle skied that, and that's a very, very simple catch there for Shrikant. And England lose another wicket in the 47th over. And the Indian chaps there in their turbans.
Well, it's an extraordinary shot. It's neither one thing nor the other, look. He just sort of flips at it to the onside. It goes straight off the face or outside edge, straight up in the air, and there's about 3 men in the covers could have caught that very simply. Just gave his wicket away there, Derek Pringle.
So that's another wicket. But I suppose we're in the 48th over now. But having just lost Derek Pringle, I think Alec was a guy that was in, and he won't be very happy with that, I don't think, because that's another wicket, and we're left with, here we go again, charge down the track, missed it, and that's another wicket, and England now 8 for 2-2-3. Oh my goodness, it's a very good bit of cricket there by Keppel Dev. He took his time. I'm not sure what Philip de Fraser was thinking about, but I mean, the ball just went straight down the wicket, straight back to Keppel Dev, and Philip wanted a run. I'm not sure what he was thinking about at all.
Well, I've been involved in some funny run-outs myself, but I've never tried to run one to the bowler. Oh, he's out by a yard now.
There he goes down the wicket. Well bowled by the bowler, and Philip Tufnell's coming back for second, and the catch gets in very easily. And that's 2 runs off the last ball, and England finished their total with 9 for 235.
Derek Pringle is the opening bowler from the members' end. Shastri is off the mark.
Dermot Reeve. And that is out. That is a brilliant catch. A magnificent diving catch by Alex Stewart. Sensational stuff.
And that's a really important wicket there for England. A great delivery to receive first ball. Just left him off the pitch, bounced, and Alex Stewart completed a very fine catch. Great line, just left him. And a fine catch there by Alex Stewart, just tumbling to his right. And that is a very, very big blow for India. And you can see Azhar there, disgusted. It was a good delivery. I don't think he could have actually done much about it. It was off stump, left him. He was good enough to nick it. And the score is 2 for 63 here at the Wacker. And Azhar has got a little duck by him. 1 ball, what they call a golden duck.
What a magnificent shot. He's just dropped a fraction too short. De Freitas, Tendulkar's rock on the back foot. Glorious shot.
That was a very fine shot indeed. We saw Shrikant play a couple of those, and De Freitas drops just too short again, and he's just over to the off stump in a great position and clobbers it over wide mid-on with great authority. A couple of bounces into the fence there.
Oh, he's after them. What a magnificent. It's a push through mid-wicket. They'll run 3. It might run for 4. With Derek Pringle, they've run 4. It's a long boundary out there.
That looks really another class shot. He just got himself in a position over by the off stump. There he goes over to the off stump there. Just leans into it, but it's very notable how straight that bat comes through, and it's gone through straightish mid-wicket there. Another very fine shot. And obviously what looks like a very classy player.
Just a little turn, but slow turn, and it's worked away behind point by Shastri. They'll pick up 3. Tendulkar's pretty quick. It's too wide. That's a magnificent back cut. That is 4 runs. Glorious shot from Tendulkar.
I think with this very quick outfield and superb timing that little man's got, I would like to see the back of him very shortly, actually, for England's sake. There we go again, just a bit too wide, but in a great position, and rolls the wrists and gets obviously a lot of power with that heavy bat as well. On a quick outfield, rushed over for 4.
Trouble is, he's got a few out as well.
Great saving a run there. Long chase for him. It's plenty of territory out there for him to protect.
Well, talking about going berserk, Tendulkar finally breaking the shackles there. He's been impatient the last few overs to try and pierce this well-set field. Phil Tufnell just dragging it down a little bit there, paying the penalty. India 2 for 119.
And well taken there by Alex Stewart. So once again, just that little bit of movement off the track has done the job for Ian Botham.
It's a very good wicket for England at this stage. Tendulkar looking very good, played very well again today. A good season already, but just defeated there by Ian Botham. Opened him up, the outside edge to Alex Stewart. Ian Botham's learned to jig from somewhere. It's not the same jig he used 15 years ago when he first started playing cricket for England. India 3 for 126.
That's a good shot. That should be 4. Straight down the ground. Had a long boundary straight here at the Wacker. They'll pick up 2 here. It's ricocheted off Botham's shins, I think. Handy 2 runs. And that's Ravi Shastri's 50. He's 51 not out. That's the view that young Camberley will have down the pitch. That's the stump vision. And he's out. He's caught. Graham Hick has taken a great catch. Botham struck again. Must have got that high on the bat.
Camberley leads. He's disappointed because he's tried to go against the old pro on the up. You can't do that against the old stages on this deck. And Hick moved well to his right. Once, twice, 3 times. That'll do. So he held it up. Gooch is ecstatic. Hick takes the catch. And Camberley's disappointed. You can't drive on the up in Perth against the seam. Camberley tried it and leaves for 3. India in trouble, 4 for 140.
Now, how smart is that from Botham? Shastri's given himself some room, hasn't he? Outside, stepped away outside leg stump, and Botham's chased him. Brilliant bowling.
Yes, and the ploy of bringing all these all-rounders into the England team working here at the Wacker tonight. And that's over the wicket-keeper's head. Tufnell makes ground from 3rd man. Ravi Shastri takes 2 from a very thickish edge. But it appears that Ravi, with that backlift, is incapable of driving people like Botham down the ground on the up. So he's really now looking for these edges and hoping the odd one goes for 4. So an ugly-looking stroke, but he'll take 2.
Well, there's desperation there. Lefty Fraser has dropped. He's going to run him out. Well, what a calamity for Shastri. Great fielding by Philip de Fraser after dropping the catch.
Well, there we go. That was total desperation, wasn't it, Jeffrey? He was trying to knock Daffy out the way. He got so far down the wicket. Up it goes, just short of a length. Philip de Freitas goes to catch it. Should have perhaps caught it, missed it, but Ravi thinks there's a single there, and Daffy redeems himself by throwing the stumps down there, full length. And I'm sure that's going to be the final blow back for India. But one mustn't obviously forget Kapil Dev, who is on his way out to the wicket, I'm sure now. And India high for 149.
Oh, super shot, helping it round. Good attempt to field it, but it was a shot, it was a super shot. Pringle tried to tuck him up, he just paddled it round. He's such a good player, world-class all-rounder, Kapil Dev. Well, that's a better ball, he's pitched it up. Nearly caught, oh yes, my goodness, that was a good effort. By pitching it up, he nearly got a wicket. A fantastic catch by Chris Lewis.
I don't think anybody else would have got that close, would they, Jeff? I mean, that was unbelievable. He ran back from deep gully.
Ball slices off the bat, up in the air. Chris Lewis running, ball coming over his shoulders, gets his hands to it, nearly holds it. Oh, on the second attempt. Oh, he hit that down the pitch. As I said, I thought he got to get a boundary or two. Used his feet beautifully, Kapil Dev.
Here we go again, come down the wicket and hit it in a place where we cricketers call cow corner. And he's really given that a very, very good heave, and 4 runs resulted from it.
It's up, it's up, it's up. There's a man under it, and it's out. That's the wicket England wanted. The great Kapil Dev, caught by Philip de Freitas in the deep.
He's laughing there, Jeffy, because I think it actually bobbled out a bit there, and he, the one he dropped off Ravi Shastri off his own bowling, I think that just came out for a bit of air. But he finally clung on to it at the end.
That's the spot to hit him. Tufnell at fine leg, or short fine leg. Someone's going to be run out. And now the question is who's got to go. And Peter McConnell is pointing to Amre and saying he is the one who's got to go. That was a real mix-up.
Good piece of fielding here from Phil Tufnell. He did well to keep his eye on the ball to pick it up cleanly there.
Smith. Good effort. Oh, and here's another mix-up. And Kieran Moray has been given out. He didn't even bother to look around at the umpire. He was safely home if he hadn't been the hesitation. Nor that one. May have been a little inside edge before it hit the stumps. Dermot Reeve doing the job here in finishing out with Chris Lewis. Beautifully struck. Gooch won't get that. Gooch coming in from long off, and he won't get there. So they've got the 2 off that ball.
Well, you have to say that 2 all is not impossible. And it doesn't matter how you get them, whether you find the gap by hitting the ball high into the gaps or by placing it specifically into the gaps. There's a lot of space on this big WACA ground.
going back at long on, back, and not far enough. It's into the stands, and that helps. Beautifully hit.
Well, that really has put the cat amongst the pigeons. No doubt about it. Hugely struck. Cleared the man at long on. 6 runs means that India's target now off the final over. 11 runs for victory. And one more blow like that, and Graham Gooch will certainly not be smiling.
That's very well bowled. Oh, now, and it's all over. Ian Botham doesn't take any chances, runs in, takes the bails off himself. That was a good piece of bowling by Chris Lewis.
So there we are. What a squeaker that one was going into the last over. An exciting match there at the Wacker ground in Perth. Right, let's have a catch-up then with the scores and the results of the 2 games played today on the opening day of the Benson Hedges World Cup. New Zealand, a fine win for them, a surprise over the current holders, and the Kiwis delighted tonight. I'm sure Queen Street in Auckland must have been absolutely rampant. There we are, a fine win for England as well. A squeaker in there by 9 runs. And what does this look like at this moment? It looks like this at the top of the table. Needless to say, New Zealand just squeaking ahead at this moment because of that better run rate that they have currently. So there we are. That's the current scores as they look today. But now what's happening tomorrow? Well, there's the big match coming out of New Plymouth. And I suppose, really, this one ought to be the match of the day. Yes, West Indies versus Pakistan. So what more do you want than that, than all the action tomorrow evening? And don't forget, right here on your Benson Hedges World Cricket Cup update, we'll have it for you at around about 25 minutes past 10. Don't miss that then. That's tomorrow night. It follows the main movie right here on Mnet, which is at 8:30. And as I say, at 25 minutes past 10 tomorrow night, another edition of Benson Hedges World Cup update for you. So until then, have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.